Imagine you spent years fighting a war to get away from a bossy, controlling ruler. Are you going to turn around and give a new ruler that same power? No way! In 1781, Americans felt exactly like Katniss Everdeen at the end of the Hunger Games. She wasn't about to let President Coin become the new President Snow. Because the colonists hated how the king in London called all the shots, they decided to build a government that was kind of weak. They called their first attempt at building a government the Articles of Confederation. Instead of one strong nation, it was more like a firm league of friendship between 13 independent mini-countries. The national legislature consisted of a single chamber in which each state held one vote regardless of population. Most big decisions required the approval of 9 of the 13 states, and any amendments to the Articles required all 13 states to agree. Imagine trying to get 13 friends to agree on a pizza topping. It doesn't happen. There was no executive branch, no national courts. Congress didn't have the power to enforce what they wanted. If the laws it passed were to be carried out, it depended entirely on the cooperation of the states. It was a government with no teeth. For the AP exam, remember the 3 reasons this government struggled under the Articles. First, Congress had no power to collect taxes. Congress had to beg states for money, and the states could just say no. The national government could not pay its debts, maintain an army, or really do much. Second, Congress couldn't regulate trade between the states, so New York might put a tax on firewood coming from Connecticut. States were basically in a trade war with each other, and the economy was a mess. Third, the national government didn't have an army to deal with security issues. In 1786, a group of angry farmers led by Daniel Shays grabbed their pitchforks to fight the government in Massachusetts. They didn't have a way to stop them. They had no money and no army. By 1787, these leaders realized that their League of Friendship was falling apart. They met in Philadelphia to fix the Articles, but they quickly realized it was better to throw the whole set away and start over. They needed a government that could actually tax, lead, and protect. They needed the Constitution. But as we'll see in our next video, not everyone was happy about giving the government that much power.